In the early 1970s, academic life at Manasa Gangotri, the postgraduate campus of the University of Mysore, was anchored to distinct physical spaces. The pursuit of higher education happened entirely within the walls of buildings like these. Earning a Master of Science in Physics in 1973 was a tactile experience. Students spent hours working directly with oscilloscopes, vacuum tubes, and physical electronic equipment racks. Scientific discovery required being in the room with the instruments. Outside the laboratory, the preservation of knowledge was equally physical. These archives were filled with journals, card catalogs, and bound manuscripts. Information was tangible, meticulously indexed, and guarded by dedicated curators. A university's entire ecosystem, its research, its student records, and its community, lived in a closed loop. Security meant a heavy padlock on a filing cabinet, and the institution's assets were bounded by its physical perimeter. Fast forward 50 years, and the Manasa Gangotri Library Science Department is preparing to celebrate its Diamond Jubilee. It is a milestone marked by a highly organized community of former students returning to campus. This department has managed to keep decades of graduating classes connected. They have built an unbroken intergenerational structure that actively supports the current faculty and curriculum. The hard sciences present a different trajectory. In the physics department, an organized alumni structure from that same era has not materialized. Only isolated fragments, like a small, dedicated group from the 1973 graduating batch, have managed to stay connected over the decades. Pure research departments naturally focus their students on highly specialized individual problem solving, which often leads to dispersed career paths. Departments focused on archiving and library sciences inherently train their students to maintain systems, preserve history, and keep networks intact. This lack of social continuity creates a structural gap. These departments lose a direct connection to the specialized knowledge and professional influence their graduates acquire in the world outside, leaving current students with fewer bridges to the industry. The closed, physical loop of the 1970s campus is gone. Today, the entire academic experience, from admissions to final examinations, exists as a continuous stream of data on university servers. A single university node now manages an overwhelming volume of digital assets, financial records, personal identities, and unpatented research. This massive footprint makes them high-value targets. Hackers see concentrated pools of information, often less protected than corporate banks. This forces academic institutions to navigate strict data protection law compliance, the complex legal mandates requiring organizations to actively secure personal information against exposure or theft. Under modern international cyber laws, failing to protect this massive amount of data triggers consequences beyond tech issues. Institutions face crippling financial fines and devastating legal liabilities if student or faculty information is compromised. Institutions have effectively become massive digital repositories, housing sensitive information they were never originally designed to defend at this scale. Meeting these modern compliance standards require heavy, specialized resources. Institutions must hire dedicated cyber legal teams, purchase advanced IT monitoring infrastructure, and conduct continuous security audits. Pure academic departments, particularly those in physics and mathematics, simply do not possess the internal budgets to construct these sophisticated, private sector-level defenses on their own. Standard university administration is built for steady, long-term educational planning. It often struggles to counter rapidly evolving malware threats or adapt to sudden shifts in international data privacy regulations. The exact legal, financial, and technical expertise required to solve this problem already exists. It sits squarely in the private sector, held by the former students who graduated from these very departments and went on to build careers in tech, law, and corporate security. To survive the compliance burden, a university requires a deliberate mechanism to pull that external, private sector knowledge back into the academic core. The Library Science Department at Manasa Gangotri demonstrates the practical utility of this model. Their structure creates a pathway for professionals to return and support their old department. An organized body of former students functions as an external advisory board. They offer specialized guidance on navigating legal frameworks, updating legacy tech systems, and securing funding that the department could never afford on its own. Look at how this maps out visually. When professionals from the 70s, 80s, and 90s bring their expertise back to campus, they are fusing together decades of varied corporate experience to form a protective layer around the university's current research. This is the focal point of the upcoming Diamond Jubilee talk. The event will connect memories of the 1973 campus with the actionable realities of modern cyber law and data protection. An engaged alumni network is a necessary shield. It provides the specialized perspective an institution needs to stay ahead of digital vulnerabilities. The current students, staff, and faculty of the physics, chemistry, and mathematics departments face an immediate and critical challenge. They must move beyond department-only thinking and form a unified, multidisciplinary alumni coalition. The dedication of the isolated 1973 physics batch proves that the desire to connect exists. Expanding that single connection into a coordinated, multi-era STEM network would provide an immense defensive asset to the university. As the physical walls of the 1970s campus fade into global digital networks, an academic institution's resilience is bolstered significantly by its ability to tap into the human community of its past, supplementing technical defenses with the real-world expertise of its own graduates.